Hi, I'm Marina Reed. I'm here to do a reading for Alanna's Coffee House. And last year we all had such a good time. It was wonderful. I'm sad we can't be there in person with each other, but hello to everybody, and I hope that we all can enjoy what Alanna's putting together here again. It was so lovely seeing each other's work too displayed last year on the table. So I know we can buy Alanna's anthologies and the magazine online. So yeah, let's do that. Also, if you go to my website, marinalreed.com, then you can have a look at my books, and hopefully we can just keep supporting each other. So I am reading from my book Primrose Street today. Primrose Street is a novel about diversity in a community, rather timely subject, and that we need to have more tolerance for whatever that diversity is. The problem comes when people feel they need to keep secrets, try to be something that they're not in order to fit in. And that creates a poison in our communities and in ourselves. So the book is written in an effort to explore that and how differently it can affect all of us. Much like a Maeve Binchy book that has different characters we come to know through their interactions, but also through how other characters in the book see them. And there is this common thread in a Maeve Binchy book that all the characters are exposed to, and then by the end of the book they all have to come together to figure out a solution. So Primrose Street is much like that. So I'm going to read the first section of the book that introduces us to a couple of the main characters, but I'm hoping it'll inspire you to want to read the whole thing. So here we go. It's called Main Street. The Gouda cheese was too bland. She tried it last week. Mary was looking for something with more of a smoky, nutty flavor, a cheese that could stand alone with a glass of good red wine. She peered through the oval glass covering the cheese display, holding the small paper with the customer number she had been given when entering the store. Other shoppers were impatiently waiting, looking at watches, eyeing each other. A number was randomly bellowed over the din of voices and shoes and doors and servers. Someone would raise their number high, sweaty and crumpled, like they had just won the lottery, and move forward to select their meat for the week, or cheeses. She was jostled into the man beside her and gathered her bag a little closer to her chest. She heard her number and pushed toward the front. It was like being part of a herd where the strongest survived. She explained what she wanted in a cheese to moans and groans from customers behind her. "So choose already," somebody yelled. The server was oblivious to the herd and presented her with a slice of cheese to taste on a piece of wax paper. Spanish cheese. It rolled over and around her tongue, but no, it wasn't what she was looking for. "Maybe a Tilsit," he offered. More groans from the herd as he prepared another piece of wax paper. Disgruntled voices arose from the restless crowd. She was rattled, getting warm in her wool coat and hat. She accepted the cheese slice, beads of nervous perspiration beginning on her temples and between her breasts. But cheese was sacred and not to be rushed. Didn't this angry mob know that? She folded the Tilsit into her mouth and felt the saliva collecting around its flavor. "It is quite unique, but it doesn't have the nutty quality I was hoping for. I'm so sorry I can't remember its name. Maybe a Gruyere?" Somebody pushed into her, jamming her up against the glass. "Oh my God, it's only cheese. We don't have all day," somebody in the mob yelled. Mary just couldn't buy cheese like this. It was like having a clawfoot bathtub filled with fragrant bubbles and only being able to dip in your toe. Her anxiousness forced the perspiration to fall around the curve of her breasts, settling in the elastic of her bra. She just took a larger slice of the Tilsit and moved through the glares and jibes to the cash, wanting to leave more than she wanted the perfect cheese. Maggie would probably be back in a moment anyway. She was picking up some veggies at the shop down the street. They liked to shop on Saturday. It was their outing. Afterward, they'd get a coffee and a pastry at the local cafe and discuss the week. It was what friends did. She would drive in from out of town each Saturday just for shopping day. The main street in Martinville was so unique, and so was Maggie. It was worth the drive. The herd was now pushing her toward the cash. It was not a relaxing shopping day. She frantically dug for her wallet, close to tears. A tap on her shoulder made her jump. She cautiously turned, waiting to see another angry, impatient customer ready to hurl an insult. At first, she only saw the thin slice of pale cheese on the wax piece of paper and the apron double tied in the front. She politely took the slice and looked up and up into the kindest, softest, bluest eyes she had ever seen, with a decided sparkle around the edges. She stopped breathing for a whole minute at least, the cheese hovering in midair. She didn't want the moment to end, or his eyes to turn away. "I'm sorry this has been so difficult for you. People are in quite a hurry today," he said. "I thought this might be what you were searching for," and he gestured to the piece of cheese clinging to her fingers. Mary mechanically brought the food to her mouth, not taking her eyes from his. The cheese found her tongue and burst into song. "Perfect," was all she could manage. She tried to smile. "Thought so." He tucked a brown wrapped package into her bag. "It's on me. Sorry for the trouble today." She swallowed down a gulp into her suddenly dry throat and made her way out of the busy store, as if moving in the silence of a cedar bush rather than through a disgruntled herd. She took out the package, pretending she was holding his hand, and saw his name, Graham, and his phone number written on the outside of the butcher's paper. She felt an unfamiliar energy course through her body, more like an adrenaline rush, close to the thrill of a lightning bolt dazzling the sky out of nowhere, maybe like walking into a dark room that springs into a surprise party. She turned, and there he was at the window, arranging a display. He smiled at her and nodded slowly, almost in a ceremonial bow. And that's the beginning of Primrose Street. So again, if you go to my website, marinalreed.com, there's all sorts of information about this book and some of my other books and some blogs, short stories. So check it out and send me an email. I'd love to hear from you. And congratulations to everybody else in this magazine of Alanna's. And have a great year. And I hope we'll all be together in person next time. Bye-bye.